We're in the booth. So yeah, welcome everybody. We're just here, gonna be chilling. Maybe, you know what? Since we're in an Animal Crossing mood, I got this shit. Hold on, chat. Doom, 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 doom. Hold on. Turn that off. There we go. Yes, sir. Good times. All right. So let's get started, I guess. I'm playing Animal Crossing. I'm prepared for you to come to Hey, sweet. But yeah, we'll see if I pop by to people's islands. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Since I also don't want to don't want you to open up your island for other folks if you're not comfortable with that. You know what I mean? So, and I don't want to add everybody on my Switch is the thing, so. Hey, that's right, Zalo, it's VO time. How did you start voice acting? I started voice acting because a buddy of mine wanted me to voice a cop for him in a machinima. And that was a thing. Hey, what's up, Joel? How you doing? We just started. We're just talking about voiceover and stuff. I'm trying to order food right now, and I'm trying to treat myself because I actually finished. I wrapped up on 2 shows today, and it was cool. So I think I'll be a little more free. So there's that. Is Animal Crossing like Minecraft server? I feel like Animal Crossing is a little bit of the Weenie Hut Jr. of Minecraft. They're both their own monsters because of the things each can do. But I definitely think Animal Crossing is a little more simplistic because Animal Crossing New Horizons is the one that's more like Minecraft than anything else. I always wanted to work as voice acting, but I live in Puerto Rico and doesn't have a dub studio, and I can't afford to go to a dubbing studio at the USA. The only recording I have is my phone with a recording app. What should I do? Well, luckily for you, Jay, the VO... guys, sorry. Luckily for you, Jay, the VO industry has evolved to the point where things can be done remotely. Honestly, your biggest obstacle right now might be the legality of things. In the sense of, since you live in a different country, I don't know actually how the laws of Puerto Rico would be, but since you're in a different country, it would all depend on the studio that is willing to put in the paperwork for being able to record actors from a different, country, because it would be a whole visa and it would be a little bit of everything. So it would just be a little hurdle. I would say look up research, see what the laws would be about Puerto Rico. But in the meantime, something else you could do is just take classes. But there's a lot of remote that you can do. If you can, there's a lot of also online voice acting. So it doesn't have to be professional at first, especially if you're starting out. So if it's something you really want to do, because some folks, they start liking something and they get hyper fixated on it, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion. Isn't a Puerto Rico a U.S. territory? Yes, but exactly why I said I don't know if the laws are the same when it comes to working. So that's why I said do some research, because I'm unfamiliar with that. What was I saying? I get distracted very easily. Oh, hyperfixation, right. See if it's what you actually want to do, right? Dabble in it, like, online, and if it's something, and if it's a passion that you really, like, just won't go away, then keep at it and do the research and take classes. I hope that helped a little bit. Let him meet you, Moch. Thank you for stopping by. Do you sometimes get tired of it? Of voice acting? I don't get tired of voice acting, but there have been times where the content of what I'm recording has gotten frustrating. A perfect example is how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. And let me tell you, there are some big words in there that make me feel very stupid. I don't know. I feel like there are contents in every show that upset people. Like, I mean, even the Irregular at Magic High School. It's a very fun show to work on, but man, I am not about that incest shit. Yeah. I mean, for the spin-off show, there's a line where Tatsuya, who's the brother to Miyuki, they are on a date because it's her birthday, and on her birthday they go to a mall and they're walking around and all that stuff, and at some point they go to a dessert parlor, and then the dessert parlor place is like, oh, they're totally a couple, give them the couple special sundae. And Tatsuya is like, oh, we're actually, and Miyuki being infatuated with Tatsuya, she goes, please. So then they eat the dessert couple, or the couple's dessert, and one of the lines, and I shit you not, this is a real line, it's in the dub, it's out now, it's hey Miyuki, you got a little cream on your mouth. Sorry, let me say that again. You got a little cream. Hold on. I peeked. Sorry. You got a little cream in your mouth. There you go. I fixed it. You're welcome. It's a real thing. So again, I don't hate voiceover. I love voiceover. It's the one thing, one passion that has never gotten dull for me. But the content, there have been times where content of shows and projects I have questioned. And that is definitely one of those. But yeah, lovely message. Hi, just stopping by to say thank you for everything you do. Your content makes me very happy, so thank you. You're an amazing streamer. Keep up the amazing work. Anyway, I hope you have fun, stay safe, and keep being swaggers. Much love. Thank you, Vanilla Bun. Hey, thank you for the 200 biddies, Crimson. Appreciate it. The pain. You mean anime in general half the time? Well, that's not true. Well, then again, there's like, if I work on like 2 to 3 shows a season, I'm missing out on like the other 47 that come out because there are way too many. So you're right. Are you in that spider isekai? Yes, I am. I would tell you who I voiced, but I'm not gonna lie. That felt like a bit of an acid trip. I don't even remember the actual title. It's like, so what if I'm a spider? So what? So I'm a spider. So what? Yeah. So I'm a spider. So what? And I voiced the male lead, I believe. Because the thing is, the reason why I also Schlain, they have 2 different names, which is why it's confusing. So they have the reincarnated name, and then they have their original world name. So the reincarnated name is Schlain. Or his original name is Shunsuke. So that's why I'm always like, I actually have no idea what the fuck his name is. That sounds like Spider Isekai, because it is. Man, that show it started off so well, and then the animation budget dropped. Hey, Biuni, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate you. What happens if your parents don't support VO, but you still want to do it? They're strict and don't want to disappoint them. Well, Kaylee, I can absolutely relate to that. When I first got into voiceover, my parents were confused and weirded by it. My parents, as much as I love them, they're very set in their old ways. Not anymore, but because I broke the mold. Jowsy Demon, thank you for the Prime. Hi, I don't chat much, but I like to watch your streams while I draw. I hope you're doing good today. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. So like I was saying, coming from a Hispanic family, my parents are very set in their old ways. And not anymore, because my mom recently, I'm not even kidding, like a month ago, informed me about how I changed the perception to my mom and dad that this was even a feasible option. But when I'm a college dropout, which I love how the music got all dim and serious. I'm a college dropout. So I studied at Savannah College of Art and Design, which was in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. And I used to study animation, and my parents for the long time, I pretty much wanted to do animation since I was in middle school. I told myself from middle school that I wanted to be an animator or be involved with cartoons in some way, shape, or form. And that's what I thought for the rest of my life I was going to do. And then I went to college. I went to Savannah College of Art and Design. And after a year of doing it, I hated it. Well, I didn't hate it. I just fell out of love with it. And while I was doing all of that, in high school, I really got into acting and voice acting. And I even took movement and performance when I went to SCAD. And then I... Hold on, I'm ordering. I'm also ordering food right now. Sorry. And then I literally I told my parents the worst time when I wanted to drop out. I told them during a trip to California, like a vacation, and they hated that, and they were confused. They're like, what are you going to do? You want to have a job? You want to have this? You want to have that? How are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to do this? Now, mind you, I'm in a very different position than a lot of folks who think about this stuff. I was in a position where I was already making content and making an okay living making content. I had been making content for, I think about, at the time, if it was like 2015, I've been making content for almost 5 years. And, I already had somewhat connections with folks, not just in voiceover, but through YouTube. So I was pretty okay, right? Hey, what's up, Joe? I was pretty okay, and my parents, it was confusing for them because it was taking a giant leap. I was going from Savannah, dropping out, and then moving to Texas, which they have only ever been to once, because I dragged them there for a con. And 5 years later, because I moved to Texas in 2015, and then I moved to LA 2 years ago. Just recently, they told me, it's like, you really broke the perception. Because they always thought, oh, I gotta go to college to get a job, to get the money to supply for my family, to support my family, right? Because that's how they are. They grew up in Ecuador, and that's how it is. And honestly, like the way I grew up, that's what I thought too. It took a lot of work. But I was in a very good position because I was already working on other things that would allow me to fund my passion. And it's very hard, but honestly, if you can somehow support yourself with whatever, and this isn't just with voiceover, by the way. This is with any passion. Whether it be content creating, whether it be voiceover, whether it be photography, animating, literally whatever. Sorry that this went on a little tangent, Kaylee. But I believe if you can sustain yourself, whether it be a job, and there's no shame in having another job while you're working on your passion. Because take VTubing as an example. I know a couple of VTubers are still in college doing VTubing, or they have jobs and stuff. I mean, I have jobs while doing VTubing, but, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. If you're very passionate about wanting to do it, if you're very persistent and it's the only thing in the world that you want to do, you have to put in double the work, if that makes sense. I hope that helps, Kaylee. But it is possible to break the mold. Trust me, my family was very against it. So I get it. Hey, what's up, Bluff? Thank you for the sub. Any tips on how to learn, develop accents for a role and to not slip into your real accent? Bluff, that's a very good question. I'll let you know when I figure it out. No, seriousness. They are tricky. Accents are very tricky. If you're not, honestly, the one accent I'm really comfortable with is a Hispanic accent. But the thing is, that is such a vague term because there's not just one Hispanic accent. There's Mexican accents, there's Ecuadorian, Argentinian, Chilean, Brazilian, which Brazilian is different because it's Portuguese and not Spanish. So there's a bunch of different accents in that alone when you say, oh yes, I have a Spanish accent. Like a very neutral, overall, generic, just to cover the mold of everything. And yeah. But it's hard. What I would recommend, because I had to do one for Moriarty the Patriot, where I voiced Count Blitzenders. I just watched Sherlock, the BBC show. No, not Big Black Show. I'm talking about Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch. And those accents helped out a lot. Fine, I would say those help out, especially with like modern day accents, like modern day RP accents, if you're looking specifically for British. But when it comes to accents, I highly recommend a coach, because I am not a coach. I got nothing. I need to find a coach, is how bad I am at accents. But yeah. Oh, a lot of first-time chatters. Sorry, I'm trying to get as many as I can, but there are so many people here, which, by the way, thank you. What is your goal for voice acting? Honestly, just to have fun. I love voice acting, and I love to have fun, so it's the same reason I do VTubing. If at any point I'm stressed out or, like, just don't want to do it, I kind of don't do it, you know? And I know what I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Fubuki? I went to high school with Freddie Saab. Any relation? I don't think so. I do have a cousin, Freddy, but he, unless you live in Ecuador, I doubt it. And I'm pretty sure his last name is not Saab. I love Sherlock BBC. Yeah, it's really good. Can you talk about FICOR? What about it? And so I'm not really too familiar with FICOR, but FICOR, so for those of you who aren't aware, there's the union. There's SAG-AFTRA union, and basically what that means is that you would be able to work on projects that are a little more, not high class, because that's not the word. It's more like AAA projects, like Halo Infinite, Call of Duty, those AAA games like Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, those are all union projects. But there are a bunch of non-union projects, like anime are non-union. The easy way to explain this, or not the easy way, but the abridged version of saying this, is the non-union projects pay a lot less, don't cover your insurance, and all this other stuff. Union projects, they pay a lot of money, and they eventually, if you make enough money, they will give you insurance. And I've been told the insurance is so good, health insurance, by the way, the health insurance is so good that it's better than what lawyers can afford, and it's pretty cool. The thing is, there are a lot of projects. There are some folks who want to do both union and non-union, because if you're only union, you can't do non-union projects. But if you do non-union, there's a slight chance you can't do union projects. Now, there's this middle ground called FICOR. There's a weird stigma towards FICOR because folks can't vote in the SAG-AFTRA awards and like all this other stuff. But they can work on both union and non-union. I don't know. It's a weird topic that voice actors and actors alike constantly are debating and talking about. And honestly, I kind of hate the politics. I just do whatever I can and mind my head. Like, I will try not to step on any toes, and I will just work on what I like. That's my philosophy. I don't know. And why does... Never mind. It can get really heated. Never mind. Anyway, thank you for the 100 biddies, Wolves. Just because it has been a Thursday. Oh, well, I hope it gets better. Would you join VShojo? If given the opportunity, sure. All right, so I have one for you. What was your favorite voice to voice in? My favorite voice to voice in. You mean character, right? Hey, what's up, Achu? Good to catch you live. Do you have any dream projects? I used to have some, and then I realized if I have them, I'll be depressed. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, what's up, Toxic? There needs to be a VShonen. I mean, that'd be really cool. Honestly, like, I would love to see... There are plenty of people I would love to see in VShojo or a VShonen, so... Hey, what's up, Aurin? What is the difference between voiceover and voice acting? Overall, not really anything. Overall, they're the same fucking thing. But if you're being technical about it, voiceover is the narration. If you want to be really specific, voiceover is specifically like when it comes to like when it comes to movies or like anime or like cartoons and video games, like it's like, and thus there they go off on their journey. Or I see I understand now. Where you don't see the lip flaps and that kind of thing. And voice acting is everything out of mind and that kind of thing. But it's really the same thing. Voiceover and voice acting is the same thing. Yo tengo una pregunta, pero no sobre este tema. ¿Harías un stream en español? Sí. So the question was, what if I would do a stream in Spanish? I'm thinking about having that as a sub goal. Maybe for like a subathon. I'm trying to plan a subathon out. And maybe I would do like that would be like a sub goal. How should I go for forming connections if I don't have any to begin with? Make friends. Don't try to force friendships. Honestly, like people can smell that shit a mile away. If you just make friends or just do your best. Cause like if you try to go for like someone with clout or someone who has pull, like people can kind of feel like you're going for it. Even if your intentions are like not that, it feels that way. I don't know. All right, later, Kaylee, you have a good one. So I would just say bust your ass off, audition for things, and be patient, for real. Isn't union/non-union stuff why some actors and things like Fire Emblem Heroes use? Yes, that is one of the reasons. Because if union actors work... Okay, so going back to the topic, if union actors work on a non-union project, they could potentially get in trouble. Or, and they don't want to, advertise. It's like, hey, I worked on this fucking thing that I wasn't supposed to. So they use pseudonyms for that. What is your favorite character to voice as? It changes. I think it all depends on the... there have been a number of things that I've loved working on. I love Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle, Horimiya, Fire Emblem, Shallot. There are a lot, and honestly, like, it's hard to choose just one. But the most fun I've had in this past year... there are so many. Actually, this past year has been really good when it comes to voiceover. Too many. Hey, what's up, Shroomy? How you doing? We're just talking about voiceover and stuff. Feel free to ask a question if you have one. If you don't, feel free to chill. Do you think some voice actors and voice actors are professionals? Can you elaborate, Ruben? What was your first voice acting gig? My first professional voice acting gig was Fairy Tail. But apart from before I got into the industry, my very first thing I think was either Freedom Planet, where I voiced Mayor Zhao, or it was Seduce Me. I'm pretty sure there's one more I forgot, but I think I did a... I think, hey, Jojo, thank you for the tier 1. Aw, hell yeah, Lopez, get that massager. Seduce Me, yes, I voiced in a game known as Seduce Me the Otome game, which is a visual novel where I voiced Sam. It was one of my very first things, and it probably sounds like crap now. And by sounding like crap, I mean me. I sound like crap. Can I tell you something? I'm grinding Legends and just got shout Super Saiyan God. Hey, you're behind, but I am also behind, so it's all good. Oh my god, I've heard about Seduce Me. Yeah, a lot of people still keep up with it, which is quite surprising. Wait, Seduce Me as in that one Otome? Yes, Tina. That is, or Tin. That is the one. Sorry. Can you give some voice exercise tips? Lip trills are always good. That, doing it like, kind of like a... Doing it like that would help warm up your vocal cords. Drinking lots of water. Singing. But don't metal scream, because that would kill your voice. Those are some. How do you get over anxiety while voice acting? Do you ever feel nervous while auditioning? So, Saturn, that's a good question. While auditioning in person, it's very hard. I do get very nervous and anxious, especially if it's a project I really want. I think over the years, I've gotten so comfortable with doing auditions and voiceover that I still get nervous, but not anxious. I remember when I auditioned for My Hero way back when, I was super nervous, especially because there was a rumor going around that the director didn't like working with new people. It wasn't a nice rumor, but I just remembered that I was super nervous, and then it made me feel. Colleen, the director, made me feel really comfortable. So it got easier. It got easier. Hey, Nezuko. Nezuko! God, I gotta do Demon Slayer impressions. But yeah. I hope that answered your question. No, it didn't, because I didn't answer it. All that to say, it comes with time. If you practice, don't be cocky, but be a little confident in yourself. You know you got this shit. And if you're nervous, I'll always remember this. If you're nervous, it just means you care. Because you really want to do your best. So you got this. Does drinking a lot of milk affect? Yes, stop doing that. It will make your voice all mucusy and gross. How did you find your auditions? I tried to dig and find... Hello, I was reading that? Places to V8, I was reading that? But it's so hard for me to find a place to submit voice clips. Well, the thing is that online voice acting is a little bit harder. Just because there used to be a website known as Voice Acting Alliance. But most auditions I see now, I find on, like, online. I see on Twitter, Voice Acting Club, like Casting Call Club, and Voice Acting Club. But for me, I've gotten to a position where I have an agent. And I got a lot of questions this past weekend about agencies. And I was like, if you are not ready for an agent, do not get a fucking agent. Or do not even try to submit. So, yeah. 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 What was the hardest character voice as? Honestly, this year, probably the hardest... The character I was most nervous about playing was in Moriarty the Patriot. Is One Piece still non-union, considering they just announced David Sobolev is going to be in the show? Yes, Julian, it is non-union. Anything Funimation is non-union. Sorry. Everything Funimation is non-union. The only exception, I think, is Aniplex properties. But specific... Now, here's the weird thing. Aniplex properties that are done in California. Anything done in Texas is non-union. So, yeah. If it's an anime... There's a 80% chance it's non-union. Now, to your question, the hardest voice I've had to do this year is probably Count Blitz Enders in Moriarty the Patriot. Now, the reason for that was because I was very nervous. I was very nervous about doing that accent. And thankfully, Raleigh, my director, loved it. Thankfully, he directed me in a way where it was very enjoyable. And if anybody has watched Moriarty the Patriot, I'm the blonde dude on the boat that wants to kill people. Yeah, that's rich boy. Hey, what's up, Legacy Senpai? So yeah. What subject do voice acting classes cover? What do you mean? Pokemon impressions are bad now, and when my Bulba sounds... That makes sense. Yes, Earthwind Dice, that is actually it. Because if I remember right, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3, and Resident Evil 8 were all non-union, which is a very scary thing, by the way. So here's the thing. I don't mind whether people do union or non-union. I don't care. People are allowed to do whatever the hell they want because you don't know what their life situation is. You don't know if they need the money. You don't know why they're doing it, you know? And I'm not going to judge people. Like, fuck it. Do what you got to do. Do what you want to do. You know, get that bread. But I will say this. When it comes to, because Resident Evil 2, 3, and 8 were all mocap, my only concern with that is because it was non-union, if you get hurt on set, they don't cover you. Like, they won't, you'll have to cover it yourself, which is kind of bad. So that's the only reason why I'm like, I was like scrunchy face at Resident Evil being non-union. That's the only reason, because it was a mocap project. But hi, Raiders. Sorry, I was in the middle of a rant and I didn't want to stop. Honor Roll Streams, thank you for the raid. I'm Sayu, the Cyborg Sayu. And we're just talking about voiceover. What the dog do when he barking? So what is non-union? I'm not the best to answer that question, but basically non-union is just projects that aren't a part of the union, which is a lot of anime that aren't involved in SAG-AFTRA, which is the Actors Guild, essentially. Are you union or non-union? I am both. Both. Kawaii Koto, yes, that is a term. Is there any type of VA role that you would not want or be hesitant to do? Hentai. Hentai. However, there is one exception. There is one hentai I would love to dub. It's the exception. And that is Rants. That is the only one. That is the only one I would ever dub. I listened Horimiya and dub before sub, and I realized that the way you interpreted the characters was really different, but how free are you in your voice intentions? Like, how much freedom do you have in emotions in the voice? What have you to say in your way of saying it? It all depends on the client. It all depends on the client and how involved they want to be, as well as the director. Because some directors let you play, some directors want a specific thing they have in mind. So it all really depends. Some are married to the Japanese in the sense of like it has to be 100% what the Japanese, the original audio was, while other directors let you have fun off the walls. I feel like a nice marriage, like a nice in-between of both is the way to go, in my opinion. Because you want your actor to have fun and you can't just be blinded by the one read you have in your head, you know? Because, I mean, you got to make... It's a collaboration, not a dictatorship. So that's... Did COVID affect you guys? I mean, yes, 100%. I mean, we had to change the way we do everything. Now everything is remote. Everything is done from home. I mean, now places are slowly starting to open back up, but that's about it. Also, I'll be right back, guys. My food is here. I'll leave you with some Animal Crossing music, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I just got my food. Did you ever struggle with confidence in your voice? Yes! When I first started online, I used a pitch filter. I feel like Ghost Stories dub is the exception to that. No, I agree. I think it should be the marriage. The thing is, the Ghost Stories dub is the only reason it's an exception is because the client didn't even know what they wanted. So they're just like, do whatever you want. So that's the only reason they were able to get away with so much. Hey, what's up, Kooky Cattles? Hey, what's up, Sal? How did I come across voiceover? Hold on. Too many questions. The only thing I struggled with my voice was how I wasn't used to hearing myself on a microphone, because the way our skull works, and I know this is gonna sound weird, the way our voice works are like hearing the reverb of your voice in your skull. It's a lot lower than you think it is, but when you hear it back on a microphone, it's a lot lighter. So that's what happens. Which is why the first time you hear your voice through a mic and you go, ew, what the fuck is that? It's usually because of that. Hey, Ashley. It's because of the way the your voice reverbs through your skull. It's weird. I know. I'm glad, Match Carey. So yeah, once you get used to it, you can do so much. So honestly, if you're starting out in voiceover, get used to hearing your own voice. Record your voice, hear it, so then it doesn't freak you out like that. Because you don't want to go in the booth and be like, ew, that's what I sound like. Gorge. No, don't do that. Yes, Brie, I am in My Hero Academia. I voice Naomasa Sukeuchi. I'm All Might's friend in the police force. I sound like a 12-year-old and I'm almost 30. Well, here's the thing, Mochi Bean. I mean, if you're trying to get into voiceover, that's not a bad place to be. But, I get what you mean. My favorite Pokemon? So my favorite Pokemon has always been Charizard. But recently, it's been Honedge. Do you watch anime that you are dubbed? And if you do you find it cringing hearing your own voice? No. I mean, I do watch anime dubbed. I don't cringe. That was what I was answering. And if I do, it just means I did a bad performance. But I'm trying to think. I feel like there have been cringes. I have cringed at treble in One Piece. Other than that, I know that I've had that reflex on a show or something. Oh! All right. Chat, can you guys keep a secret? What's up, Uni? And I just wanted to know, how did you go about finding a model rigger and a model artist? Twitter! And Iron Vertex. Shout out to both of them. All right. You guys want to know a secret? So there's a show I worked on that got canceled. Never seen the light of day. And we had finished the show. This was 4 years ago. We had finished the show. We had finished dubbing the show, and then they pulled the plug at the last minute because the director was doubling the money every actor was getting. So they pretty much ran out of budget. Oh, no, chat. No. Here's the thing. I hated this show. Here's the thing, chat. Remember how I said I would never dub hentai? Well, this was borderline hentai. This was one of those adult shows where at the very... it has those very pervy OVAs. I'm not going to say the name of the show for the sake of... I don't want to get in trouble. It was not Interspecies Reviewer. Literally, this show did not get announced. This show did not get announced for a dub, I think. And also, this was before Interspecies Reviewer. I will say, I was in a different show, and I was recording both of these shows at the same time. It was one of the few times I was a lead I will say it was Funimation. And let me tell you, the other show that is out, and I won't say the show, because maybe I'll say the show. Who knows? Depends how you swayed me, chat. But in this other show, there is a reference to the show that got canceled. That is all I will say. But this other show was bad. We can keep a secret, don't worry. Yeah, right. Now, oh man, yeah, that was a doozy. That show was that show was bad. It was really bad. How can I talk about it without giving it away? Well, no, Mega, that one came out, and I'm not in it. Uh, what you eating? I'm eating Panda Express. I decided to treat myself because I wrapped 2 shows today. Have you ever voiced in an anime or animated movie? I mean, yes. What? What the fuck? Yes. No boba tonight. No booba. No booba. No booba. No booba. Only panda. No booba. Only panda. But yeah, I'm not gonna say the name of either show. Would you prefer to act in shows or movies? There is a difference in quality. It all depends, because, oh, thanks, Cyber Robodog. It all depends because, it all depends on the movie, right? But I don't know. Just because with a show, there's probably more longevity in comparison to the movie. So, I think I would prefer the show. When you record, do you have a dress code? And if it is case, what do you do? Well, when I go to a studio, I wear clothes that I think look nice on me. You know? Like casual, business casual, depending on the day. It's whatever I want. I don't wear pajamas. However, recording from home, always wear pajamas. Literally always. Do you eat chicken Chick-fil-A? No, they're homophobic, so no, I don't eat Chick-fil-A. Do you have a certain posture when you record? I stand up. When I record, I stand up. There have been very few shows where I sit down to record. Hey, thank you for the 300 biddies. League of Leggings. I know you're talking about League of Legends, but now I'm just thinking about League of Leggings. But there are a couple shows that I sit down, and there I sit up. Like like I'll sit up in between it, like when I'm recording, but then when I'm waiting for the next take, I'll sit back down. Like, just relax. Hey, what's up, Memory? But standing up straight. Usually what you would do in front of a microphone, you would do like a hand sign. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the hang loose, brother. You would put that between your face and the microphone, and that's usually the distance you should be. Hey, Odin's Wrath, thank you for gifting it to Shroomy-san. I know that some clothes make more noises. Yes, don't wear big old jackets. And if you do bring a big old jacket, take it off! Is it egg time? No, it's panda time. We're eating panda. We're eating pandas. What's my spirit animal? A sloth. I'm 100% a sloth. That or a bear. Well, according to the... I guess according to my date, I would be Year of the Dog. So, I think I'm very much like a dog. I'm loud. I'm loyal. And I'm always hungry. Yeah, I think I'm a dog. Hey, what's up, Favy? I thought it was a penguin. Penguins are just cool. Not gonna lie, taking sound design class and voice acting is fun. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's the way. Does having an agent help land gigs, or can you do auditions without an agent? You don't need an agent. And having an agent does not help you land gigs. An agent will help you find the auditions. That is all they do. The rest is up to you. And then if you do well, and the agent thinks you're a good actor, they can pitch you, but that doesn't necessarily mean you'll get work. So, you don't need an agent. I know a lot of people who started out in the industry without agents. Agents are good, but you also want to find the right agent for you. But don't just get an agent because, oh, I have an agent. Because I promise you, you may hate that agent. Dub or sub? There's a dub fucking stream. The fuck? Can you not see I'm dubbed? Hydrate? Bet. Do you think it's possible to make it being in a foreign country and not really want anything to do with local stuff? Okay, it depends on where you are. Carl Lobster. It all depends. Just because, like, that's it. Again, back to the laws of the U.S. Like, if you specifically want to work in the States, it's a whole process. You can work remotely, but not every studio will allow that. So, hey, Odin's Wrath, gifting 5 subs. Thank you so much. Can you sing rap of Epic Rap Battle of Academy? No. I mean, I did it, but no. What is the hardest part of running your own business as a VA? Keeping track of everything. Whether it be your sessions, whether it be your money. Literally keeping track of everything. So, there's that. I'm from Finland. I have no hope. Well, that's not true. I mean, you could move to the States. And again, you don't have to. There's an actor named Edwin Tiong who goes by Omadon, and he's been working out of Australia for a while. There are plenty of people who are making their breaks in anime and other projects without living in the States. There's Gianni Matrograno, who did the clip of Spike Spiegel talking about watermelons in the thighs. That motherfucker, super fucking talented, lives in Canada, doing a couple of American stuff, but it all depends on the studio. Then there's Steve Kelly. Sorry. Then there's Steve Kelly, who's in, I think, either Scotland or the UK, and he's doing American stuff. There are plenty of actors who are not in the States that do voiceover in the States. But, you know, it's all legality. Anyway, Yozu, thank you for the tier 1. Props to you for doing VA work, TikTok streaming as a VTuber, and lots of other things. Dude, can't imagine how busy you are. Yeah. Yeah, normally my 9 to 6 are reserved for voiceover. And then, afterwards, everything is streaming. That's my ideal. That's my plan. Hopefully. So I have gotten to the point in my career where I have gotten really busy, and I kind of want to change that. So I may limit the amount that I do because I want to work less but for more. If that makes sense. So at least that's what I keep telling myself. But any NSFW audios, I'm telling you, the only hentai I would ever do is rants. Breaks are important too. Yes, I know. The funny thing is, I have a lot of friends ask me. It's like, why do you stream, dude? Doesn't that kill your voice? How do you have the energy to do it? Like, literally, my buddy Caleb the other day, he during a panel goes, "How do you function?" Literally a very similar question to yours, Yuzu, or a statement, where it's like, how do you do this, and still have the energy to do streaming? And I responded with, well, ironically enough, streaming is my time to relax. I know that sounds weird, but streaming is actually the time that I use to relax. Because I want to play games, but I also want to stream. So, fuck it. I love talking about voiceover. So being able to talk with you guys is always fun. And being able to do VTubing at the same time, it's awesome, you know? So, I don't know where I get the energy from. But let me tell you, moments before I start the stream, I am exhausted. But the moment I press that live button, I get like a second wind. And I don't know where the fuck my body uses it, but it happens. I will say in 2022, I want to see if I can organize a proper schedule, and maybe give myself a day off, like a legitimate day off from both voiceover and streaming. But then here's the ironic thing is, even if I were to do that, I would literally be on Twitch watching other streams, and I was like, man, fuck, I could be streaming. Anyway, but yeah, that's why. Hey, what's up, Elvin? I found you from Ito video. You do a lot of awesome voices and voice tons of others I've heard. Super cool that you stream and do VTubing. Well, thank you so much, Elf. Yeah, thank you. Again, I would like to reiterate, I am not the voice of Ito. If I was the voice of Ito, I would not even touch that fucking thing with a 5-foot pole, all right? Legend says, if you drink Sai, you sweat, you gain a burst of energy enough to lift a rhino. Wait, this answers so many questions. Maybe that's why my dog is always so energetic. This dog is constantly licking my fucking leg sweat. I don't know why. My dog just... Look, it's very funny. My fiance and I, we talk about how neither of us have a foot fetish, because we don't. But our dog, my fucking God, loves feet. This motherfucker will literally lick anyone's feet. He's a foot whore. That's all I'm saying. I know they love this salt. I'm just saying, it's really funny. Oh, fuck. What do you think about tailoring a character around their VA? I've considered hiring someone for a character I have already written, but I've been considering tweaking things to make it easier for the VA to immerse into the role. Do you think it's a good idea? Well, that all depends. I feel like if you shouldn't do that right off the bat, because see what they have to bring to the table, right? See what they have to bring to the table, and afterwards, like, Brie, what the fuck? But I would say, see what they have to bring to the table, and maybe they'll bring something to the table you didn't even think of, you know? And once that happens, then both of you could make a conscious decision, or just like both of you can make something even better than you had originally thought. Because if you tailor it to the VA, then it'll just be the actor, you know? That's like tailoring a character's writing specifically to the comedian. I mean, if you look at the genie from Aladdin, wonderful character. And they let Robin Williams play. I mean, there was a whole bunch of controversy between Robin Williams and Disney, but they let Robin Williams play, right? But they didn't rewrite Genie specifically for him. They're like, this is Genie, these are the lines we have, and then Robin Williams, you know, took the reins and he's like, all right, but can we play? I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Let's see what you got. And they made something beautiful. So that's my recommendation. I would say have the character written and let the actor play. And then you can make something amazing. Oh. Where did the name Sayu come from? Let me finish this fucking orange chicken and I'll tell you. Okay. So, the name Sayu is because I'm a cyborg. And a Seiyu. If you don't know what the word Seiyu is, Seiyu means voice actor in Japanese. At least I think. If not, I've been doing this wrong. And since I'm a cyborg Seiyu, the first two letters of cyborg are CY. Kind of like Cyborg from Teen Titans. And they call him Sai. So, and then the last two letters of Seiyu. Sai-yu. Cyborg Seiyu. And that's my name. It means that in Japanese. Okay, cool, thank God. Ha ha ha. Fuck. Do 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 do. Name lore. I mean, slap chop, it just depends, you know? I live in the Midwest. What would you recommend as stats for someone who wants to get their voice out there in my situation? Well, I hope you've been acting, taking classes, and that kind of thing. Words. If you've been taking classes, then that's already a great step. what would help, some studios have demo submissions. So you could do that if you have a demo, but be prepared, right? Don't rush into things. So that's all I'm saying. It's not like I'm already talking to someone, so you're good, Sai. Oh, okay. I hope that answered your question. Later, Shroom. Do you have any seiyus you admire? Suabe is fucking cool. And so is God. I always forget the seiyu's name when I need to fucking know it. Hold on. I'll look it up. And everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, how did you not know? And I'll be like, I'm sorry. 1 second. Daisuke Ono. That's his name. I always forget it. Thank you, Bree. Do you think people who stutter can somehow get into voice acting? Love your streams? Yes, I do think so. If they're willing to put in the work, yeah, for sure. Because I had speech therapy when I was younger. I didn't have a stutter. But I heard that, I believe it was J. Michael Tatum who had a stutter. But there are plenty of actors who have a stutter that work around it. So I would say you may need a speech therapist or work really hard yourself to break it. So, yeah. Who are my three favorite male in it? My God, you're making me. All right. Matthew Mercer. And that's all I got. No, I'm just kidding. Matthew Mercer, Ray Chase. I love Ray's voice so much. And, God. Man, I'm trying to think of a third. I guess Keith. I love Keith. Keith's voice, amazing. For females, Jeremy Lee. I feel like it'd be cheating if I said Hayden. But Jeremy Lee. Ben Diskin. Fuck, there are so many good voices. Oh my God. I really... Fuck, dude. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to females, the only one that's coming to mind is Jeremy Lee. Like, that's like my... You know. And saying Hayden would be cheating. Brittany Karbowski's really good. Wait, you're right. And Colleen. I have to. Colleen Klinkenbeard. I have to say those. Those are my three. I'm out. Those are my three. Any recommendations on what to do for your first music cover? Just have fun. That's what I did. That's what I did. By the way, me saying those are my quote-unquote favorite, those are just the ones that whenever I hear them, I'll immediately go, they're so good. That doesn't mean that there are more. There are so many actors that I will literally gush over. By the way. I don't know what my favorite song from Hell of a Boss is, Kiram. I really like the one between Moxie and... Yeah. And Blitz. There you go. He's interested in trying voice acting, but doesn't know where to start. Well, I mean, if they took theater, they're already in a good spot. All depends where they live. I would say, because they're in theater, have them practice listening to their own voice, so then they get used to it, because it is very different. Have I worked with VSI Los Angeles? Yes, I have. What makes me me? Wow, that's a fucking loaded question. Wait, do you mean me the cyborg or me the human? Or do you mean... Hey, you're Kitsu, thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Any tips for a 24-hour live stream? Don't do it. In all seriousness, take it easy, do it with friends. It could be a lot. But in hindsight, don't do it. What was I answering? Hey, what's up, gamer? Me? All right. A loaded question. I don't know. I think so. I've realized that I'm definitely the guy that kind of knows everybody even a little bit. I just like friends. I like people. I'm a people person. I like hanging out with people. I think everybody's so interesting. And I don't know, dude. I just try to have interest with everybody. And I know that the term there's the thought of like, not you can't be liked by everybody, or not everybody will like you, which I get, especially with the way the internet is. But I just like having fun, and if I can have fun with like people I like, even better. So I don't know. That's such a loaded question. I don't know if that even answers the thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get existential, but I kind of want to leave a mark where like I'm not perceived as like some monster or a dick to the world. And even though it's not, I don't care about what others think. It's about me, you know. It's about how I feel about the mark I've left. I don't know. Yeah, that got real. Will Sai get an upgraded model? I have put in a request to the workshop where so I can get some upgrades. Do you plan to go into Comic-Con LA? I do not plan to go to any more conventions this year. I am too busy. I enjoyed playing around with fan dubs as a teenager, and I found it super fun. It's been my goal to go pro with any role I can get, even if it's the smallest in a show. I mean, hey, we all got to start somewhere. I mean, I did fan dubs back in the day to practice, you know? Just don't put them in your resume. Are you going to finally get likes? We're hoping. Who doesn't like English dub really liked the way you played Miyamura. The way they said your voice cracks were funny, and your overall performance really helped showing Miyamura. Oh, I'm glad. A lot of people really like the voice cracks. They said the Your Lie in April dub sucked. Really? I haven't watched it, but I've only heard good things. I'm looking into getting a new mic. What do you recommend? Well, what mic do you have? Well, hey, Zuma. Here's my question to you. Do you want to do it? Because just because people tell you to do something, or they say you're good at something, that doesn't matter. That don't mean jack shit. Do you want to do it? Because if you want to do it, then that's a different story. Yes, you want to do it? Okay, cool. Take classes? Just because you're an animated person? I mean, I tend to be very animated myself. But I would say take classes, voiceover classes, acting classes, improv, drama, theater, everything. And in between to get your acting chops going, because I'm going to tell you right now, they don't give a shit about how many impressions or voices or how much energy you can bring to the table. If you cannot act, they won't hire you. So, those are my tips. Oh yeah, start. No, they absolutely make good practice. Because how else are you going to get ADR practice, right? Yeah, I never shut away people who do fandoms. I mean, how can I? I did them, right? Like, what the fuck? It's a good starting point. It's a good way to practice. Just don't put it in your resume. I know there was that drama a couple months back, or a year ago. I don't even know how long ago it was. But fandubs aren't bad. They are fine. Is it legal? Probably not. But, like, I mean, you're not hurting anybody. It's for constructive, like, practice. You're not making any money off of it. You're just putting it out there. And, just, again, don't put it on your resume, because then no one will take you seriously. That's the only thing I have to say. You know? Hey, what's up, Real? What helps you get into character? This is gonna be really depressing. When I auditioned for Platinum End Mirai, the audition said, and I'm not even kidding, it said he's very suicidal, very depressed, and overworked. And I said, out loud, I'm there. I've got 5 minutes. And I booked it. Yup. Yeah. I've been very, very tired. Not suicidal, though. So, but just overworked and depressed. But, you know. I'm sure you get this a lot. What's your favorite role you've done? There's far too many. That's a mood and a half. Facts. Ow. Exactly, Bunny Moon. How much prep did you have for the role? How can I watch the dub anime? I'm sure you mean the sub. Yeah, there you go. So when I auditioned, I watched the first episode because that was the only thing available. And I got a feel for Miyamoto. And I felt a strong connection with him, but that was about as much time as I had. The first episode I just dropped. And then I booked it. And then to get a feel for him, I read the entire manga. I don't normally do that. But I felt a real strong connection with Miyamoto that I instantly fell in love with the manga and literally binged it till like 5 in the morning the next day. Which is why I'm always sad that Horimiya is only 12 episodes and not 24. It would have been such a good 24 episode show. They could have done so much. They could have touched on the other characters. It could have been so good. Yeah, that's how much prep I did. How do I cope with depression? Hey, what's up, LT Girl? I cry. I don't know. It's tough. I just kind of let shit happen. Let the feels out. Like, I mean, I talk with Hayden. I talk with friends. I distract myself. It's probably not healthy. Sometimes I feel like I should get a therapist, but I don't know. You know, because I don't think I have depression, but I just think I have depressive moments in my life because of overwork and stress, but I don't think I'm like diagnosed with depression. So I don't know. That's just me. Does not getting a role discourage you even though you're already established? Yes, all the fucking time. If it's a role that I really want, absolutely. 1,000%. That never goes away, in my opinion. Like, it sucks. And then you're happy for your friend or your colleague who got it. But you're always wondering, man, fuck, what if? Man, I'm getting real in this one. What anime do I recommend people? If you want a good dub, Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and OG. If you want another dub that's really good with accents, Bakano. Both are really good. How do you deal with creative block? Well, I made a VTuber. That's how I dealt with my creative block. I don't recommend that for everybody, by the way. I've been going at this for almost an hour and a half. Jesus. I have not seen the Fullmetal Alchemist Latin dub. You always tell people to watch Madoka Magica? That's fair. If you want really good performances out of Dragon Ball, watch Dragon Ball Z Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai is a way better dub. And whenever I say that, people are always like, no, it's not. And I'm like, look. When it comes to the performances, yes, it's a better dub. I don't care about your nostalgia. I don't give a shit how much you remember from the original dub and how much of the dialogue you like. But the Dragon Ball Z Kai dub, professionally and performance-wise, is just a superior dub in every fucking way. And I don't want to hear it. Sure, they made some changes when it comes to actors, but they were solid choices and changes. Ghost Stories dub is not even... No, it's not. It is not a great dub. It is a funny dub, but it is not a great dub. It is very funny though. Don't get it twisted. No, I would not have a preference on who what element a character I voiced in Genshin Impact would be. They could be whatever. They could be fucking Animo, Cryo, Pyro, Dendro, whatever. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. Have I watched Digimon? Yes. Am I planning to watch the reboot? Maybe. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I would die to be Okotsu. I probably won't be Okotsu and I'll cry again. What's my favorite snack? Boba, I guess. Can't wait for that fucking Jujutsu Kaisen movie. Milano! Wait, you might be right. You might be onto something. Hey, what's up, Carmi? Wait, a new movie? Whoa, wait. No. Yes, voice acting has a lot of NDAs. Huh? Jujutsu Kaisen? Bro, my boy Okotsu. Oh my god, dog. Dude. Dude. Bro. I don't want to hurt again. I want to be Okotsu. I have seen so many people take my voice from other projects. Someone took a clip of me voicing Miyamura and put it over Okotsu. And I died. That was you? Yuta, no fucking way. No way! That's amazing. Is your Twitter handle the same? No? Okay. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh god, I hope I don't fuck this up. I would die. I would die. Yo, if you could link me, if you could at me on Twitter again, I would show it on stream, but I would die. Like, yo, fuck. I love Jujutsu so much. I love Jujutsu Kaisen so much. I would die to be Okotsu. It's so funny. It's so funny, chat, because I remember I was doing... I was working on Platinum End, and I was like, man, this boy sure is depressed. Sure reminds me a lot of Okotsu. Hey, universe! But this is the problem. There's a perfect example. There's a perfect example of what I mean. You can't get your hopes up, because if you do, then when you don't get it, you'll just... It'll just be crushed. You know what I mean? Oh, God. I found it. Well, I didn't find it. Yuta linked me again. Oh, God. Look at this shit. Look at this. My boy. My boy. My boy. And it's my boys!
Nice to see you. Did you hear me? Hey, Ishikawa? Not quite.
It's like a culmination of different voices I've done. Ah!
Nice to see you.
Did you hear me? Hey, Ishikawa?
Not quite. I was also really pissed off. Hello there.
Whatever you do, don't open your mouth. It's all that I ask.
I gave it my best shot, but I guess it's no dice.
I know the answer is me, so tell him that I'm taller. I'm so sorry. It just slipped out. Sorry about that. It was a complete accident, though.
I have a personal blacklist, you know. And Yonegi's on it. For now. Just a joke.
Mine are open and waiting. You can touch away. You need to get your shit together as soon as possible, but I feel generous today.
Kill me.
Why are we screaming?
Second year, Koichi Shindo. We went to the same school. That's satisfactory?
Take time. I gotta go. She's leaving it up to me.
Is that not normal? Oh, man.
I would die!
Have you ever done something completely on impulse?
Nice to see you.
I would fucking die! I would die. I would die. Yeah, I saw that shit and I was like, I shouldn't interact with this. I would cry. When I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die because it's not gonna happen. If it ever happened. God, I don't know what I'd do. How do you feel about the transitions from voices in Japanese to English sometimes being totally different in tone? Well, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes they don't, but I would say, like, there's a lot of, like, sometimes I understand the reasoning, but, I mean, again, it all depends on whoever's directing and their vision. Cry if you do, cry if you don't. Facts. I will say, it's very weird to me that after only doing this for like 5 years, that people will think of shit like that. Like, people will be like, oh yeah, him, this actor, this voice, absolutely. Like, when I was first starting out, no one gave a shit. No one batted an eye. But now I've gotten to the point where, like, people will think of me for characters, and I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. Thanks. I'm glad I'm in your mind. Yeah, professionally, I've only been doing it for 5 years, buddy. Well, I mean, yeah, it will be 5 years this month, actually. Because we're now in November. So yeah, 5 years. Man. Moonclaw. Do they have to be from Horimiya? Hey, thanks, Tiger Girl. Yes, Punisher, I did. I sure did. No? Then Miyamura would absolutely go for Zhongli. Why? Don't ask. What did I do before VA? Content creation. And before that, I was in high school and middle school. Yeah, we're not doing that. Not on this channel. We're not doing that on this channel. Nova, you are never running out of time. You are never running out of time. Yes, I was Jules in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm the guy you have to squad against. TV. But Nova, you're never running out of time. I'm gonna tell you why. There's this very prolific actor right now. His name is Daryn De Paul. He's an older gentleman, and he just started around, really starting to get his stride around 4 years ago, maybe a little longer. And some of you may know him as Reinhardt in Overwatch. But recently, he's been all over the place. Halo Infinite, the Hulk in the Avengers. His range is wild. But Daryn De Paul is an older gentleman, and he recently started. And he's double your age. He could be your dad. He could probably be your grandpa, really. Yeah, he could be your grandpa. In a life. But Daryn De Paul, fantastic actor, and you're never running out of time. Doesn't matter how old, how young you are, you can, you know. Also, he's the voice of J. Jonah Jameson in the PS4 Spider-Man game. But yeah, he's, in his short time doing VO, he's been all over. Yeah, he started around 5 years ago. Yeah. His first thing, according to this website, is Puss in Boots, the fucking show, which is 2015, We Bare Bears, Star Wars Battlefront, Overwatch, Xenoblade, Doom. He was Erden Izunia in Final Fantasy 15. Hey, what's up, Korab? Could a small indie company afford me? I mean, would all depend on it would all depend on the budget of the game and how much you want me to record. That is a very loaded question. Voice acting has been going very well. Been keeping me very busy. I hope to get a little bit of downtime though. So yeah. That's a good question, Imperium. I mean, you probably need the computer, right? Also, once I finish my food, we'll probably switch over to Animal Crossing. Per line? First off, if you pay anyone per line, my fucking god. You're gonna lose a lot of money. You are going to lose a lot of money. I mean, when I worked on AFMAL, I think I got $5 a line. That's a good amount of money. But if you paid me per line, and when I say line, I mean sentences, anime would probably pay me thousands of dollars per episode. Of course I remember playing Gene. How do you make your scream so natural? By yelling. I mean, watching stuff. And practice. What type of computer should you get then? I don't know. That's up to your budget. I am based in California. Moonclaw. I used to live in Texas. I'm kind of glad I don't anymore, because it's been pretty crazy down there. I'd rather not Mega because it's a touchy subject. And it's way too soon, and the way Dragon Ball fans act are very toxic. So no, I would rather not. is a very loved man, and fans are total assholes. I probably would not because you bought it for me, but because I'm not much of a fighter. Well, Mega, regardless if it was because of Black Clover or not, or Black Butler, the Dragon Ball fan base has made that situation so toxic where I don't want to bring him up, and then some asshole comes into my chat asking him a bajillion questions about things. Not your fault, Mega. Not your fault at all. It really isn't. Literally Dragon Ball fans. I have not made a wish list. I didn't know you could do that. Also, I got a fortune cookie. All right. If it's a good fortune, it's about Okotsu. If it's a bad fortune, then I'm gonna fucking cry. All right, let's see. All right. Oh! Maybe, chat? The fortune states, your talents will be recognized and suitably rewarded. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe, chat? This vague fucking... fucking ambiguous fucking fortune. Ah, fuck. I was getting my controllers.